AOL Chief Executive Tim Armstrong announcing the company will reverse a recent change to its 401k plan. The move comes after Armstrong explained the initial policy change by citing care for two staffers' distressed babies that cost the company $1 million each. It's Monday, February 10th. Welcome to Lunch Break. I'm Lee Hawkins. The comments touched a nerve among employees in social media, and Deanna Fei, the mother of one of the babies, is here speaking out, and she joins us now. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
You had a column in Slate.
That's right.
What led you to write the column?
Well, when I first heard about Tim Armstrong's comments, my first reaction was honestly just kind of shock. I sort of couldn't believe that this distressed baby that was in the headlines was actually my daughter,
yeah.
And that she had been reduced publicly to, you know, something that costs the company bottom line $1 million, and it felt like a violation of my family's privacy. Even though he didn't name us, you know, certainly people around my husband who works there knew that, you know, he was talking about our baby. And then also, you know, I mean, my baby has suffered a lot in her young life, and I just felt like this was kind of an indignity that she didn't have to deal with, this public questioning of the expenditures that saved her life.
Mm-hmm. Tim Armstrong reached out to you personally. What did he have to say, and did you accept the apology?
I did accept his apology. He spoke to me not in his public role as a CEO, but as a father of three, you know, as a parent to a fellow parent, and his apology was heartfelt, and I really appreciate it. And I'm not interested in breaking him over the coals. You know, I think that we all know what it's like to say something and wish we could take it back. I just would like for there to be some broader understanding of the issues that are involved here, and I think that there should be a little more sensitivity when we're talking about healthcare expenditures. That, of course, it's sometimes necessary to talk about the dollars and cents, but we also have to be careful to remember that there's human lives at stake here.
Were you surprised at the social media reaction you got? Because you had this outpouring of support.
You know what, it hasn't been my focus so much, just because I've been busy with my 2-year-old and my 1-year-old at home. But what I have seen has been really supportive and really moving. I mean, a lot of parents of quote-unquote distressed babies have reached out to me to say, you know, thank you for speaking up for us, and you know, sharing your story, and for that, I feel like if something good can come out of all of this, then I feel like I'm glad that I went public with our story.
Have you talked to the other parent that was mentioned?
I have not. Okay. And you know, and I feel like that's a whole other family, and they have a right to their own privacy.
Sure, sure. What about retaliation? Because your husband does work at AOL. Was there any concern about that? Possible retaliation? Certainly not among in my household. I mean, you know, my husband is at work there right now. You know, our concern is not that it's an evil company or that Tim Armstrong is a villain. You know, I don't think that they were intentionally hurting our family, and he has definitely expressed his regret. So I think that I also know, you know, from what he's told me, from what Tim Armstrong has said, that he read my piece, and that it crystallized for him the emotional damage that this caused, and it's something that, of course, wasn't his intention. So what do you think can happen now in a positive way going forward?
Well, I think that on a national policy level, it's certainly important and probably necessary to have legitimate conversations about our healthcare spending and the fact that tens of millions of Americans don't have health insurance, and we're a family that was extremely lucky to be insured when we, you know, experienced this completely unforeseeable medical crisis that was actually called a catastrophe by one of my baby's doctors. So I think that that's important, and I don't have the answers. You know, I mean, people can debate what's appropriate care for extreme preemies, how much should we spend. You know, these are not questions that I'm equipped to deal with, but I think that
we have to be really careful. This was a context where we're talking about a publicly traded company, you know, that paid its CEO $12 million a year, where all the employees have benefits, and there's no reason to make it a zero-sum game, as if, you know, the spending on my baby's life then means that the rest of the people, you know, have to have their retirement savings pared back.
All right. Thank you very much, Deanna, for coming in.
Thank you.